Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facts Pro, where it's all about facts, financial, accounting, and tax strategies. Today, we want to talk again about the financial part of the equation. Because as a medical practice owner, even if you don't have anything to do with numbers, you really need to worry about numbers. Because as a business owner, it all comes back to numbers. So, most often I see a lot of doctors who either do their bookkeeping on their own, or they think of bookkeeping as just the one step to prepare their tax returns, but they don't have any idea about their numbers. They don't know what to do or how things are going for their business, and they just need some cheap bookkeeping to keep their transactions and interest. So at the end of the year, they file a tax return and call it a day, which is a huge misconception that I'm addressing in today's live. All right, so let's start. Let's dig in, and I'll share my screen with you. And as you know, I always like to start with a joke. So let's see. Let's see. Today's joke is very related to what we're talking about today. Let me just hide that, and we start. So. Here it says, I didn't have any accurate numbers, so I just made up this one. Studies have shown that accurate numbers aren't any more useful than the ones you make up. And I'm like, okay, how many studies showed that? 87. And guess what? Just he just made up the numbers. And it's very, very dangerous when we make up numbers in our business just for the sake of preparing tax return. I've seen both. I do the accounting side and I do the taxes side. So for my clients who just come for taxes and I ask for financial statements and they're just, okay, I'll send you the bank statements and you figure it out. I see that's a huge red flag because we don't know what was happening. And as we probably said in the last time, like last week presentation, that you can't just run your business using your bank account as your only indication of how much your business is doing. That's not the right way of doing business. All right, so is your bookkeeper costing you money? You're a doctor relying on low cost or do it yourself bookkeeping. I want to show you what you're missing today and how it's quietly costing you thousands of dollars. The common mindset that I always see, somebody that says, I just need someone to categorize my expenses. Just someone to tell me, okay, I paid this much for meals, for gas, for medical supplies, for this, for that. But bookkeeping, the common mindset, they see it as a basic admin task. I see it, my front desk can do my bookkeeping, or I'll just do it when I get home with my notes. But when it's done wrong or without a strategy, it can really hurt your profits. It can really hurt your cash flow and your tax position. So what you don't get with cheap services. Yes, you can hire somebody that do your bookkeeping for like $200 a month. Yes, you can. Absolutely. But what exactly that you don't get with this kind of service? You don't get a strategic tax planning. You don't get business insight from your number. You don't know how to grow. You don't get accurate financials for lenders and investors. You don't get cash flow forecasting, and you don't get audit readiness. And I probably mentioned that to you before when a potential client came to me because their accountant was retiring. And when I asked if they have the backup for the numbers on the tax returns, and the answer was no. They had no idea how their tax accountant prepared their tax return. And they didn't know, like, okay, if there is an audit coming 3 years from now, your accountant has retired already, where you're gonna back up your numbers on the tax return? Where is like, how are you ready for something like that? It's not an easy thing to just ignore, right? Okay, so cheap bookkeeping means expensive mistakes. You can be missing on a lot of deductions because the bookkeeper is just entering your transaction. It's kind of like an after the fact kind of thing. So they don't tell you about the deductions that you're allowed to take, and that means higher tax bills. Incorrect allocations. We see a lot of mess when we receive new clients. I see a lot of mess in the transaction when some doctors do their taxes on like do their bookkeeping on their own, and then they come for us to correct it. A lot of like a lot of mistakes, a lot of incorrect allocations, meaning distorted profitability. You really don't have a good picture of how your business is doing. Another thing, there is no oversight. There is a risk of fraud, of embezzlement, because there is no oversight of your accounting and financial position. There is no one overlooking what they're entering or what they're doing. So there is internal control problem as well if you're just relying on somebody to do your bookkeeping and that's it. Time spent fixing mistakes means lost patient hours. If you were just to spend the time fixing the mistakes of your bookkeeper, what does that mean? You're losing hours, you're losing time that you could be seeing patients for and that you could be paid a lot more money for. So, really, your bookkeeping is costing you a lot more than you think. All right, so what expert bookkeeping looks like. Number one, you have clean and accurate financials. You have monthly financial reviews, like you review where you were last month, where you are this month, what went wrong, what has happened, why we missed this payment, why we missed this deduction. A lot of things when we do monthly reviews. And I can't stress this enough, how many clients really value just the monthly meetings to go over the financials. It was huge. It provided them with a huge insight on like how their business doing, and it helped them to grow very confidently. Coordination with your I'm sorry, cash flow insights and budgeting. Also, we said that profit, it also like there is another pillar to it, which is cash flow. So cash flow insights and budgeting, if you need to purchase something, how you're gonna finance that or how you're gonna pay for that, how you're gonna fund it. So we help you with that. There is a coordination with your finance team. So whether you have a financial advisor, a CPA to do your tax return, or a tax planner, we've got all of this together like coordinated. And instead of just having it one piece here, one piece there, and they don't talk to each other. As we said, audit prepared records. We leave you with the records that makes you audit ready when the IRS knocks on the door and when you get a financial audit or any of that. Tax strategy integration, as we said, because your bookkeeping and your accounting talks to your taxes. So when you have a tax strategy in place, this talks to your financial and financial statements. KPI tracking and profitability planning so that you know what the market is and how you're doing and how can you grow from there, not just entering transactions. All right, so sorry. How much does it cost you? It's not really a cost, it's more of an investment. It's an investment in better tax outcomes because it's like what you're paying now is gonna bring you more savings in taxes. So that means it's not really a cost, it's more of an investment. It gives you peace of mind and also time to focus on what you do best on your medical practice. And it gives you strategic practice growth. That's what we aim for. We want your business to grow, and that's what if you have trusted somebody doing your numbers for you and explain the numbers for you and help you like take it into action, this is how you grow. All right. So now, yes, we say to you have to take control of your practice finances. Book a call, free consultation for everyone that's watching. Do not let $300 a month bookkeeping cost you $30,000 a year in mistakes. And here is my contact information and my calendar. You can always join me for a free 30-minute consultation. Tell me what problem you're having with your bookkeeping, with your numbers. Do you really know how you're growing or how your income is? And if you're aware, maybe a second look wouldn't hurt. But if you're not aware, then this is definitely for you. You need somebody to be looking after you telling you where to go from here. All right, thank you so much and see you next week.